We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area today. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 11:40 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 300% plus within hours, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, trying to bounce back up here in the second half of the day and finding support slightly above 405 and trying to retest the resistance here of 408. And we're going to talk about it, what the inflows are showing, and what key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Netflix spot. Our Netflix spot sent out a bear indicator at 9:30 a.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, into the bell and after the bell. And put options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area yesterday at around 413 and doing a full transition to the dip area all day today, multiple times hitting those white with red borders on 42 vision of extreme weakness. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bear indicator since yesterday at around 412 area. Outflows had crossed yesterday and they tried coming back up in the after hours. And we talked about how we were going to watch if these outflows would start again or if the inflows would have strength. And in today's pre-market, it started pulling downwards, did a full transition to the dip area from yesterday's rip area, sat sideways, and actually went ahead and had further weakness throughout the day, with these outflows crossing over in the pre-market at around the 410.50 area. And this is something that we have been tracking. The 410 area has been a huge support, and I talked about how eventually either the bulls are going to take over or the bears, and we have been stuck between the 410 and 413 area. And here it is. The break to the downside has happened, right? This was a pretty significant move. We have not seen a move this sharp in the last several days and weeks. And here it is, It broke through 410, it went through 408, and then it went to almost 405, finding support here at around the 406 area, and inflows are trying to pick back up here in the second half in the after hours, and it's going to be crucial here if this strength is going to continue back up to the upside for these inflows to continue pushing higher and eventually cross the midpoint. Now, if we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see that within the volatility in the bigger picture on the 1 hour chart, you could see that there's been a big shift, right? It had gotten a bear indicator here at around the 413 area. It was sitting sideways, and I talked about we needed to see if a bull indicator popped up. There was one here in the after hours yesterday, the first one coming up since that bear indicator from 413.39. Inflows were back above, but quickly today it got canceled in the pre-market, and it's been dominating all day, and we did a full transition from dark green bars to white with red borders, which I refer to as the dip area on 42 vision, and outflows crossed over here going into the bell, and outflows dominated all day. Now you could see here inflows trying to pick up here in the after hours again on the 1 hour, but it's going to be crucial for the bulls to continue pushing up higher, because if it does not cross the midpoint, that strength will not reflect or at least become significant enough on the charts. So something to keep in mind there and not overlook, and it's under a bear indicator, and that would need to get canceled as well. So very, very important to not ignore these levels and what's going on within the volatility. Now, if we go ahead and zoom in here and look at this from the 15-minute, you could see here that it's been under a bear indicator since the pre-market. Outflows crossed over after the bell and lasted all day. Now the inflows picked up here in the after hours. It got a bull indicator now, canceling that bear indicator from earlier on, and the inflows are back above the midpoint here at 0.18. Now this is pretty close to the midpoint to call it enough strength, because you can see how the rejection quickly happened today in the opening bell, but it is one step forward with a bull indicator and inflows crossing over for the bulls to try to start reflecting that strength into the charts if these inflows can continue pushing up higher. That's not guaranteed, but definitely something to not overlook here, and I would definitely watch this going into tomorrow. Now, when we go ahead and go back over to the 30-minute, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch, and the first thing is support, guys. 406 was a huge support level today, and below that comes 405. If both of those get broken through and these outflows continue further away from the midpoint to the downside, the next support is 403, and then comes the 400 area. Now, to the upside, if these inflows can pick up and start going towards the midpoint here, and same thing on the 1 hour, start pushing up higher and start reflecting that strength into the charts and eventually cancel out these bear indicators with possible bull indicators, the first resistance will be 409. Then above that comes the 410 area. So that's a very tight spot there. That's going to be critical. That's where things try to slow down here in the middle of the day before it went lower. And that is going to be critical going into tomorrow. And then above that comes the high of day where rejections happen and where the consolidation tried to stop to go ahead and do the next leg up. But turns out that the bears continue to push this one down. It's going to be 411, and then above that comes the 413 area, and it's going to be crucial to watch the 30-minute go closer to the midpoint and the 15-minute to continue this crossover to the upside, hold true this bull indicator, and try to roll over that bull indicator into the 30-minute chart and that strength into the charts as well as those resistance start getting tested. So these are the key levels I'm watching to the upside and to the downside. And I'm going to be watching the bull and bear indicators very carefully and these inflow versus outflows as the 15-minute crossed over and the 30-minute and 1 hour are trying to push upwards. And we need to see these bear indicators get canceled by bull indicators as the strength starts to reflect into the charts if these inflows were to continue higher. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.